other softwares that you can use to design your book covers, like CorelDRAW. You can also use Adobe Photoshop and a lot of other softwares out there. But because I believe I'm reaching out to people who might not have um, those deep technical skills on how to use those softwares that I mentioned, because they have very high learning curves that might take you time to master. So I think it's important that we understand how to use Canva to design book covers. So we're going to be using Canva to design both the book cover for the ebook and the book cover for the paperback. Now, first thing to do when designing your book cover is to make sure that especially when you are designing for your paperback, is to make sure that you've gotten the right size. So, for example, we can we can simply type Amazon KDP cover calculator, and you click on the first thing you see there. Then you already know how you want your book to be. So whether it's paperback or whether it's hardcover, you choose what you want. So I'm going for the hardcover because that's what I want to do. And then you choose the color of your interior. So is your book going to be black and white? Is it going to be premium color? Is it going to be standard color? So I'm going for black and white. And then you choose your paper type. Is it going to be cream paper or is it going to be white paper? I'm going for the cream paper. And then you also choose your page turn direction. So this means those books you turn from your left to your right, and these are the books you turn from your right to your left. So which one do you choose? I think one is good for Arabic books and one is good for English books. Okay, so which one do you choose? Let me confirm that. Generally, we turn our books from left to right. Yeah. So I think we go with this, and then you select your measurement units. I go with inches, and then you select your trim size. So these things here are going to serve as the trim size for your book. Let me go with 5 by 8 inches. And then how many pages is your book? I'm just assuming, let's assume that our book is 200 pages. Okay, so let's calculate our dimensions. So this is what we have as the template, and this is our spine area, this is the book cover area, this is the front cover area, this is the back cover area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the templates. I'm going to download the template to make sure I have them handy. Another thing I want to do is because they come in zip, is to make sure I extract them. All right, so it has been extracted. So I have the PDF, I have the PNG. All right, so let's go back to Canva. Now on Canva, first of all, to design for your ebook is very simple. All you have to do is simply go to your template and search for ebook cover. That's all you have to do. Search for ebook cover, and you begin to see a lot of book covers that you can actually adapt to, that you can change, right? You can start your design from scratch, or you can choose a template that you want to modify. Some of these templates are free, some of them are not free. Some of them you have to subscribe for the Canva premium package, and some of them you can pay a one-time fee and get access to them. Okay, so these are book templates that you can use. They are beautiful, right? I recommend doing whatever works for you. You can start from scratch and you can use the template if that's what you want. Now, let's see, let's just create a quick cover. Maybe I'm just going to import this one here. I'm going to import this one here, and I can decide to change, to remove these things and change the background to what I want. So I can go to apps. If you are coming to Canva for the first time, you might not see photos here. So I can go to apps and go to photos. And then I want to have a blood nature background on my book cover. And so I type blood nature. And then this is what I have. This is what I have. So I can go for this. Sorry, I don't want to go for the premium ones because it's going to leave a watermark. So if you don't have, if you haven't subscribed for Canva Premium, you better go with free images that you have. So you have limited choices. You have limited choices. I think everything I'm seeing here, is okay. I can see one free. So maybe I should go with this one. So on the Canva, it's important I explain some things to you. So here, this is where you can get templates from. This is where you can find elements you can use for your designs. This is not a graphic design class, so I might not be going in very big details. I think I want to switch back to the black background. I think I like the black background better. So I just have to delete this picture, change this to black background. Okay, yeah. Or on elements, you can find different elements. For example, I can use this for my book cover. I can decide to use this for my book cover, and I decide to use this for my book cover. Let's say we are working on a children's book. We can say, we can call it, what do we call this book now? We can call it, or let's just name the book School Sports. School Sports. Here you can reduce your font size, you can increase your font size. There are so many other features you can play with. Here you can increase the line space and you can reduce the line space. So you can play around these things to get what you want. You can play around it to get what you want. Now, like I said, it's very easy to design your book cover with Canva. And if you don't have the time to start playing around and to get what you want exactly, you can simply go with any, you can simply type in any, you can simply say book cover. You can simply say book cover and find what works for you, and then you can edit. Like this one, you can find whatever works for you, you can edit it. Some of the elements here can be changed, some cannot be changed. So you find what works for you and you simply edit. You might edit it to suit your own story, to suit your own stuff, right? So for example, I can copy this guy here, I can copy this guy, come here, remove this and paste the young man here. And paste the young man here. I can also change the colors of his clothes. I can change this to red if I want. I can change this to red. I can change this to lighter red. So you've got a lot of things you can play around with. If I can also decide to make this view. So you've got a lot of things to play around with to get what you want. And like I said, some of the elements here can be removed, some cannot be removed. All right, and so that's how you can design your book covers with Canva. Now, how about designing for the paperback? How about designing for the paperback? So the first thing you want to do is let's create a new design, and I clicked on, either you click on plus, or if you are doing that from your home page, you can go to create new design and go to custom size. We can go to custom size, or rather we can simply import. Importing file means I'm importing from the template that I downloaded from Canva. So I'm going to use this guy here. So the PNG file, even though Canva can handle PDF file, it doesn't handle all of them very well. So I rather go with the PNG. So the only thing I want to do with this guy here is to be able to get the size. So I click on open. When I click on open, I can say use in a new design. So I've seen the size. Now this is the size, 6450 by 4950 pixels. So I can use in a new design, and then I go to custom size and I use this size. By default, this is the size it's giving us. Now Canva does not handle this size. So what do? What I can do is I can decide to reduce this. First of all, I'm going to switch to inches. I want to switch to inches, or I want to switch to millimeter. So when I switch to millimeter, what we have, when you look at this guy here and this guy here, you will notice that for the back cover is 5 by 8, which is supposed. The front cover is 5 by 8, which is also supposed. And then we have the spine. Right? So I think together we'll be having all of these things put together. We have these guys here. So what I can do is I can decide to divide this total size by 2, so that I can be able to work on the Canva using this size that Amazon has provided. So first of all, let me just use fix for me, and then let's create a new design. I think we're having network issues here also. So Canva is down. I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. Let's see if we can open the PDF. Okay, I think the PDF now seems to be better for us. Okay, so what we can do with this PDF now is we can simply use this PDF size to work on our project. Now, first of all, the most important thing is to have this template. So when you have this template inside this place, what you have to do is you go to File. I don't mean the file up here, I mean the file in Canva. You go to File, you go to View Settings, and you go to Show Ruler and Guide. So the essence of this ruler is I want to use this ruler to mark my margins, my trims, and all that. So that's what I want to use this guy to do. Okay, so remember, if you have the resources to hire a graphic designer, and if that's what you want to do, then you might you might not need this. But I think everyone who wants to frequently publish on Amazon should learn how to design their own book covers and how to. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to use this ruler to mark all my spaces so that when I'm making my graphics, I will know um, what is being cut out from this place. So when you read this stuff here, you understand what we are doing. So it says black solid line is the trim size. This is where your book will be cut to produce the final trim size. So these black spaces here are the places that will be cut out. And then the blue dash line is the spine fold. This is where the cover will be folded from. This blue stuff here is where the cover will be folded from. And then the red area is out of life, bleed. So your background artwork must fill the red area. Do not place logo, text, or essential images in the red area. So this red area is for your background. Whether your background is white, whether it's black, or whether it's something else, you should cover the red area. So if your artwork does not meet these requirements, it might be rejected. Now, of course, you have to remove these templates from the final artwork. Okay, so I personally am adding these lines here. I added a line. I don't need to add on the top. I added a line here on the black solid line. I added a line here on the edge of this red. Then, so these are things I do to make sure I know my limits when it comes to making my designs. Okay. What more? What more? What more? What more? All right. So with what I've done here, when I add a new page, you notice that I have all these things well sorted out. So the first thing I need to do is I want to make my background black or whatever color it's going to be. So let me reload this page because I want to copy, or I just go to home. I want to use this guy here. Now I can simply mark everything here. I'm assuming you've designed your book cover, right? So we can simply mark everything here and copy, bring to this place and paste. So first of all, let's have this here. So we have this here as our okay, we have this here as our book cover. So this is the front cover. Now for the back cover, maybe you want the back cover to be another color. You can simply use this stuff. You can simply use the square element to define your You can even get it. You can even get it to this point if you want to. You can give it the color you want. Maybe you want it to be black, or maybe you want it to be this color, or maybe you want your spine to be something else. You can still get that done. I don't know what I did. Okay. If I want my spine to be something else, to be another color. So I can still bring in this element again, and I use this on my spine. All right, and so we have this, and I can also give this any color I want. I can give it any color I want to be able to differentiate with this stuff here. So remember, the back cover is where you also have your barcode. The back cover here, just as you can see here, this yellow part is where you have your barcode. So I can decide to also bring, to also put something here to be able to, okay, to be able to remind me where I have the barcode. So because it's important that you don't add any design on this particular spot. You don't add any write-up on this spot. Any mistake on this will result to your cover being rejected. So now we have the spot for the barcode here, and then so we can play around all these tests. These tests must not go beyond this line. These tests must not go beyond this line. This image here should also not go beyond that's the said line, right? Okay, so I can also decide to bring this up to, yeah, to make this look more like it. Okay, so we have our book cover here, and then here we can have about the author. You go to text, you go to add text box, and you move this here. This is your text box, and you can increase the font if you want. So personally, what I do is I simply go to text generator. Let me just so simply go to text generator, and remember, I'm just generating this text because I don't have I don't have time to start typing, right? So what you should have here is about the book and about the author. Okay, so for about the book, or if you want to start with about the author, remember you might want to use your the author's image. Maybe if in this case, if you are the one publishing, it's your book and you want to use your image, fine. Not everyone wants to use their image, so you can bring in any of this frame. When you go to element to type frame, you can bring in any of this frame, and your picture will be there. And then so let's modify this to suit. So I use the alignment to change the alignment to move it by the left. Okay, so we have about the author, and passport. So I don't want to use my image, so let me just use photos to get the passport photograph. Okay. All right, so let's assume this is the picture of the author. Let's assume this is the picture of the author. So we have this in as about the author, and then I can duplicate this and use it for about the book. Okay, and let me copy a longer text. I believe by now you already have an idea what we are doing. You already have an idea what we are doing. Remember I said I don't want my text to exceed this particular place, to reach this particular place so that we have our barcode. So I think I'm going to go with um, this. Maybe I should bring this up a little bit and then I go with this. I can also specify um, the sections by using the heading to add about the author. And then I can reduce the size. I'll reduce the size, change the alignment, and then move this guy here. Remember, you have the liberty to change the font to anything you want. So the ball is in your court. You have the liberty to change the font to anything you want. The ball is in your court. And then I can also duplicate this and say about the book. Now, coming to the book cover, one of the things you also need to pay attention to is because you are publishing, especially for ebooks, because you are publishing on Amazon, you will want to make your book very catchy. Let me show you an example. When you go to Amazon, you want to read books on Amazon. You want to read books on Amazon. You realize that we have the thumbnails. We have the thumbnails here, and if your book covers does not catch attention, because these things here are busy, and humans have low attention span, and so you want to make your book cover as catchy as possible. Now, when I say catchy, I don't just mean beautiful. I also mean that you have to make sure that your title, you know, your title can be seen from this small thumbnail. Like a lot of titles here, I hardly see the names. I can hardly read the names. Like this one here, I can hardly read the name. This one here, I can hardly read the name. In as much as the names are there, in as much as the names are here, I think it's also good that you are able to design something that when immediately people look at it, they can be able to connect with it immediately. Just like you can see this too late, you can see I can read too late. It's very visible to me. I can read blowback. It's very visible to me. All right. So you might have to put that in consideration when making your designs. When making your designs, it's not cast in the stone that you must do that, but you have to put that into consideration when making your designs. So we have our book cover ready, and then I'm going to delete this first page. So we have this page here. Now you need to notice something here. I made a mistake in my spine, and I did that deliberately because I want to show you the essence of these lines I put here. Now this line here actually is telling me that I made a mistake on my spine. So what do I do? Let me bring back what I deleted so that you see the difference. Now when you look here, you notice that my spine is supposed to cover this white space here, like this part of the, from here to here, from these two dotted line to from here to here, is supposed to have my, is supposed to be my spine. And right, so what I do is I want to make sure that I follow the guideline very well. So when I'm moving this, once I get to that dotted line, it snaps. You can see that it snaps to the dotted line, and the same thing with this one. Once I get to the dotted line, it snaps. Okay, so I think I have got that figured out, and so I can delete. And this is my book cover. This is my book cover. Remember, you can change your fonts, and it's not going to be a problem if your text hits this first guideline, because they are going to trim from the second line I put here. So it's not a problem if it hits the first. But most times I recommend giving a space. So you can also have your own personal guideline so that you make sure you don't exceed certain limits to be on the safer side. All right. So I think that is that on the book cover. So when you are done with your book cover, what you want to do is to export as PDF. First of all, you name your book cover. My story. You name your book cover, and then you go to download, and you go to PDF for print, and then you flatten the PDF. And click on download. So flattening your PDF might increase the size. It might increase the size of your PDF. So you download, and then for the book cover, the ebook cover, we can pretty much do the same thing here. So I'm deleting these ones. You can also, if you want to download your book cover, I suggest you download in JPG. I think it's better that way. So, and that's that for how to design your book cover. Remember, you can play around these things to get what you want. All right? Thank you.